Hello, everyone. If Nigerians don't stand up, Tinubu is ready to tax everybody to death. Wike is not far behind. All of these shenanigans that are happening, I can tell you they all started from when Nigerians allowed one particular thing to get through, and that was the change of the national anthem. I knew a lot of people, who said, "Oh, Aisha, you are doing this too much. Why are you not standing for national anthem? You must respect it, blah, blah, blah." And I said, this was testing ground. I'm sure if you go down and just search in my YouTube channel, you will see where I did that video. I said, this was just testing the ground for them to see how far they can push Nigerians. And over time, they have tested the ground with so many other things, incrementally, doing the things in such a way that people get more defeated. Their minds, they feel that they can't do anything, or they are not strong enough to do one thing or the other, and then this whole thing continue, to go on. When they talk about the parable that nobody will give of a frog, that if you put a frog or a toad inside water and you begin to boil it, the toad will just keep adjusting its body temperature, adjusting till before you know what's happening, it actually then gets boiled. That's where we are in Nigeria. No matter what kind of hardship that they bring to us, we just keep adjusting. And we wake up one day, we've not even been boiled, but fried. And that's happening. And this time, it will not be boiled, it will not be fried, it will be roasted if Nigerians allow this whole tax nonsense to go on. For people to even understand how much this tax issue is, they are going to take away money from you. They've taken away money from you by not having subsidy on petrol and electricity and good and some other things. Now they want to they've also taxed you, reduce your money. Now with this whole, by 2026, what they want to do with the illegal document that they have, because a document that has been forged, a forged document can never be an enforceable contract. And so by doing that, when they tax you, they're going to pull out more money out of your hand and put more money in their hands. And in that way, they get to control you with everything that they have out there. Parallel Fact says economic woes as Tinubu Wike tax Abuja residents for using generator amid electricity blackout. In case you did not understand what I was saying, let me just break it down a little. They are going to tax citizens for using generator, which is due to their failure to give electricity. Sure, you get it. The government is supposed to provide resources, amenities, infrastructure, and they have not been able to do that. And because of that, citizens have then gone ahead to be able to find ways in which that they can mitigate the suffering that is going on, and for them to have the necessary things to be able to use. Meaning literally every family is more or less like a government on its own. You're producing your own water, your own electricity, you get your own good quality education, your own good healthcare system, even security. You have to do roads, housing and all of that. Literally everything. Now government is punishing you for their own failure. Abuja residents are facing new financial pressure as the Federal Capital Territory Administration, FCTA, through Nyesom Wike, has begun enforcing fees for environmental health services, including charges for residents and businesses using generators amid persistent electricity blackouts. Nobody has charged them for the blackouts. Nobody is punishing them. Nobody is calling them out. Nobody is making them do the right thing. But they are the ones now punishing you for their own failure. The fees highlighted in notices posted by the FCTA Health Services and Environmental Secretariat include a noise pollution assessment, noise compliance certificate for generator users. If you go through Abuja today, everywhere you're going to see heap and heap of dead. I've been in Abuja for over a decade, and I can tell you I've never seen it as dirty as it is currently is. The other day I did a video of a particular place to say, hey, I've been in this area for quite a while. I've never seen this dirt as much as this. Nobody is taxing the government for not, for not doing their job and allowing that the dustbin to be there or that dirt to be there. Nobody is going after them. They're having a free hand. it is they that are now going after citizens on behalf of the failure that they were not able to mitigate. They also cover charges for professional inspection, reports, certificate of fitness for habitation or continued use, occupational health audits, and more food handling permits. The generator-related levy has sparked outrage as many entrepreneurs rely on generators to keep their businesses running due to Nigeria's irregular and costly electricity supply. Many residents argue that the government is effectively taxing them for coping with infrastructural failures beyond their control. The FCTA, however, defended the measures, insisting they are necessary to safeguard public health, ensure environmental compliance, and uphold provisions in the Environmental Health Practice Regulation 2024. And I think someone needs to ask the FCTA, if they had produced electricity and people have 24/7 electricity, would anybody need any generator at any time? The reason why people do have to go for generator is because there is a failure of the governors to be able to produce the electricity that is needed by the people. Officials maintain that the fees are part of broader efforts to monitor noise pollution and protect communities from environmental hazards. Despite the government's justification, industry watchers warn that the new fees would exacerbate economic strain on residents. They added that the charges will contribute to rising operational costs for small businesses and increase the financial burden on ordinary Nigerians trying to navigate frequent power outages. And that's the thing. There is no how that this is not going to lead to increase in cost, because at the end of the day, the business person, whether producer or service provider, is going to add that to the cost that the final consumer would then be able would then bear. With all of these things that are happening, there is not enough money in people's hands. We are having high cost of living, even though continuously you know, when it comes to 4G, Tinubu, he has an A1 in it, and there's nothing that he cannot get for it. Even the statistics that are coming out are not the numbers that they're supposed to be, but anything that cannot be destroyed, there's nothing that Tinubu touches that he cannot destroy. Somebody said, just to look at some of the comments, somebody said 2 weeks after this, they will bring court order for you, telling you to appear in court. Most times they don't. They just go ahead and bring a false seal to close your premises pending when you comply. My advice, don't panic. Refuse to collect it when they seal your place. Open it. This is what this person is saying, Seke Glupa, on X. And just saying, and you know, with what it is, businesses, many people cannot afford to have their businesses closed. That's where they are earning their money. I'll just end by saying, Naija Arise says these men are psychopaths. They've got no emotions and they derive joy in seeing people suffer for the problems they themselves created. Which kind of psychotic behavior be this? This is Nigerians. And Joe Walk said, taxing the people for the failure of government, it is the audacity for me. And I think I'm going to head here to say, honestly, it is the audacity that we have allowed them to continue to have. It is time for citizens to rise up and say, enough is enough.